Hi guys, first AMA in 2026. Great to have you guys here. I think we're just gonna start in a bit. So a lot has happened around Zufai. I guess I can start with the sort of a roundup of the product updates. We recently launched quite a few LVT products. If you guys been noticing our launch on Say Network, which is a one of the top blockchain for DeFi. We launched the LVT liquid vesting token together with their protocol called Splashing. So with SPL Say token, so that the people who staked on Say network can don't have to like wait for the rewards, which typically is in 21 days. In addition to that, we actually release 360 days worth of the vesting rewards. So that's what the LVT product is all about. It's about getting the rewards today. So we launched that around a couple of weeks ago. I think it's tracking around about 13 million in US dollar TVL. Say network, we're looking to expand. There's quite some trading volumes. I think there's probably like more than 1,000 transactions weekly there. So definitely a great integration, great support from the Say ecosystem, from Splashing. There's a few more liquid staking protocols that we're looking to integrate on Say, but it's definitely a great direction that we're heading with more chains being launched on. In addition to that, also launched LVT on Story protocol, which is worth dedicated IP chain IP as in intellectual property. And that's great because now the Story chain is all there's a ton of IP assets, but at its core, it's also a POS proof of stake chain. There's I think out of the a billion IP tokens, half of them, maybe more than half of them, are being staked. And when you actually if you're a holder and you're actually staking it, there's really no liquidity for it. You can actually get it through Vario and Metapool, which is our LSC partner for LVT, but you don't really get the rewards up front. So this is a similar LVT product as with the Say deployment, where you can actually get the future rewards today. You can sell that in the AMM, or you can buy that in the AMM at a discount. And what you're actually trading off is actually the future rewards. Yeah, so that's why we named it liquid vesting token. It's number one, it's liquid. Number two, it's released from vesting tokens. So that's also a pretty big deployment on our side. We've been working with Story for quite a bit. We launched it for Vario and Metapool, and right now I think the TVL is around maybe 8 million in US dollar. It's mostly from the validators for Metapool. I think next week we're gonna onboard the TVL from Vario as well. Vario, there's probably like 25 to 30 million dollar worth of IP tokens in the Vario VIP, and the Metapool token is called staked IP. So if you're holder for either these two, you can actually, I think, deposit and release the principal plus yield portion of your LS earnings for the next 360 days, and then as VT, and then you can actually trade those VTs. Yeah, so pretty big stride in the product side on these two of the, I would say, like new layer ones. One being Say, which is more DeFi and RWA focused, and then of course Story is more purposefully built for IPs. In addition to that, we're also deployed on ZeroG, and then we're kind of still a little bit waiting for on their side for, because they're doing a big migration for their nodes from Arbitrum to the ZeroG mainnet. And then once they complete that, I think there's going to be quite a few node deposits similar to the LNT product for Aether. where you have the node, deposit the node, and then mint the vesting token as VT, and then be able to either trade it, or you can hold it and gradually redeem for T as the node sort of matures. In either case, the LNT product does not require you to actually run the node, so it's quite convenient and flexible on the user side. You literally just forget all the sort of the hassle of node operation, where you just get the actual return on investment for as VT. So pretty cool. I would say like a pretty cool product for ZOG that we've been kind of anticipating. There's quite some delays, but I think now that the product's all deployed, we're just kind of waiting on their side to for the go ahead. Other than that, I think for 2026, it's definitely a big leap for us in terms for like going from LNT, which is more purposely built vesting, to LVT, which is general purpose vesting token unlocked for illiquid assets, vesting contracts. So we go from node to vesting terms that are these are it can be foundations token that are locked. It can be investors SAFT holdings, or farming contracts, staking contract, like with what we did with the LST integrations. If you look as a whole, there's a crypto as a whole right now. It's about 3.5 trillion in total fully diluted value. So total market cap without the vesting was fully diluted is 3.5. But only like I think 2 trillion. Only 2 trillion is fully unlocked. So there's 1.5 trillion still being either vested, unvested, like even like with Bitcoin, there's still 1 million coins to be mined, and then there's all these other tokens that are by design vesting over a period of maybe 5 years, something like that. So there's about 1.5 trillion dollar worth of tokens or assets on chain that are locked, and this is our addressable market with LVT. So node is a small part of it. The bigger part would be the general locked contracts, which is why we sort of get our hands on the liquid staking contracts, which is in a way it's like an unvested rewards. And going forward, there's also integration that we're planning with on the SAFT market. There's lots of SAFT OTC being traded between the team, the foundation, or the investors. We're trying to find a few pilot projects to run essentially on-chain permissionless SAFT OTC trading, so that they can actually trade SAFT as any amount they want, rather than the whole contract. Because end of the day, the LVT protocol uses VT, and VT is fungible. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. It's also going to be much more transparent, so that retail users, anyone, can actually see who's trading, buying those VT. So a lot more transparency around that. I think it's it's overall quite meaningful. Other than that, I think on our side, of course, we towards the end of last year we announced our there's lots of things we're planning around our potential TGE, and after that, of course, like once that's gonna take some of our effort, but after that we're looking. Hey guys, I think I accidentally muted myself for a bit. I'm not really sure where I sort of left off, but yeah, gladly, I don't think I've been muted throughout the whole session, but yeah, so I was just saying that there's also Ethereum LST that we could expand to. Our partner Metapool, they have stake ETH LST that is like 360 days locked as well, and then like 50 million of them on Ethereum. And Ethereum staking overall is definitely huge. There's talk about in the TradFi side launching a ETH staking ETF, which is essentially yield bearing ETF. So definitely like great vertical. There's also Bitmine that is hosting like almost like 5% of the Ethereum and being staked. So I think for us, it's great product market fit for LVT. That could be the next steps. And then if we were to integrate with Metapool successfully on that, we could see maybe like 40, even 50 millions more TVL. Right now, I think ZooFi it's tracking about 45 to 50 million TVL on DeFi Llama, which is like a huge, I guess, like a exponential growth. When we first launched with Aether, we're probably around 500K to a million. And nowadays, with the product being much more scalable, we're seeing a lot more growth. With growth comes also a protocol treasuries. With protocol treasury comes potential meaningful to launch a token and be able to decentralize the protocol. Yeah, so those are like some of the things that we're working on. On the community side, we're trying to do more events giveaways, like quests. Now that we're kind of back from the chaotics of New Year and holiday season. So expect to see a lot more happening around on our Discord. I think after we announced the fundraising, there's definitely a lot more interest in the protocol in general. So we actually gained quite a bit followers on both Discord and TG. So we're trying to get you guys more engaged. The current channels, including things like MarketWatch, we had like community members actively posting there. On the product side, there's lots of Q&As, lots of good discussions. We're just trying to be attentive to all the sort of the community feedbacks now that the product is kind of up and running. Other than that, we're as far as AMA goes, we took 2 weeks hiatus on all the teams traveling, holidays and stuff. Now that we're back, we're probably gonna continue doing this in the future. Time is still likely gonna be on Thursday. We're trying different hours for different time zones. But yeah, overall, I think it's going to be a great year, 2026. And no matter how the market goes, like for us, it's we just keep on building. Speaking of market, it's actually I think it's doing pretty interestingly well. Because if you I just saw the members posting on the MarketWatch that the Bitcoin is having some sort of like a break. Haven't really been focusing as much because we've been pretty busy on the project side. But yeah, so overall, still pretty bullish on the whole sort of like the bigger picture. There's also on like legislation, like from the U.S. point of view, there's a lot more legislative sort of bullish things to come for like things like Clarity Act and the stablecoin stuff. So yeah, so we built all these wheels and then we're just ready to kind of see where the market take us. That's pretty much it from my side. I was just checking the chat. If we don't have any questions, we could probably keep today short, and then we always post these the day after on our YouTube channels as well as on our X channels. Let me know if you guys have anything specific that you want to like chat about. If not, then we do this every week. You can always find us every Thursday. Cool. I think I'm gonna call it a day. Definitely a great start of the year. Hope you guys are having a brilliant 2026 so far. And it's things time move fast. I think without knowing, we're probably moving past Q1 already. So definitely thanks for staying us. All right, I'm gonna call it a day now. See ya.